You're welcome to stand. You can sit, whichever is most comfortable for you. If you'd raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you have 10 minutes. I'm going to have Stacy go ahead and time us, and she'll give us a 1 minute warning so you can wrap up when we get there.
Okay. So I am Pollyanna Dickinson Jones, and I submitted the voter challenge against Michael Piccirilli. My first statement is in regards to his response. He is now saying that he did live in a single wide manufactured home, which is number 5 in the mobile home park. Since the initial filing, I was able to speak with Brian Hooker, who is the owner of the Ione Mobile Home Park, until last Wednesday, the 31st, when they closed and it went under new ownership. Mr. Hooker advised that Michael Piccirilli had rented an RV camper spot that was located behind the green single wide trailer. He never lived in the single wide identified as number 5. He lived in a camper trailer. The RV camper spot was a month-to-month rental agreement and ended on September 30th, 2023. Mr. Hooker said that Michael Piccirilli did in fact have his own camper trailer that he stayed at the RV camper spot prior to September 30th, which he also in his statement said he had to move because he could not afford to live there anymore because the rent went up and his only option was in a camper spot that he didn't have a camper for, so he would have to purchase a camper. He already had a camper according to who he rented from. And again, that spot was only rented to him until September 30th of 2023 in the Ione Mobile Home Park. Michael Piccirilli started renting an apartment at the Ponderay Apartments in Medellin Falls beginning October 1st of 2023. Michael Piccirilli also completed a declaration of candidacy and or petition of nomination for the Ione Town Council position prior to the November election. At that time, he was living in Medellin Falls and did not share that pertinent information with anyone. RCW 352780, eligibility to hold elective office. No person shall be eligible to hold an elective office in a town unless he or she is a resident and a registered voter in the town. In December of 2023, Michael Piccirilli was sworn in as an Ione Town Council member by the Auditor. Again, another instance where he didn't feel it was pertinent to share he was living in Medellin Falls. RCW 29A 84311, a person who knowingly provides false information on a declaration of candidacy or a petition for nomination is guilty of a Class C felony. RCW 29A 84130. It is also a Class C felony to knowingly provide false information on an application for voter registration. Voter registration is what is used to determine qualification to run for an office in a particular jurisdiction. And then RCW 9A 2021 1C, if convicted, the person could face a jail sentence of up to 5 years and or a fine of up to $10,000. Michael Piccirilli was the petitioner at a court proceeding on January 25th, 2024, in which the judge asked Mr. Piccirilli numerous times about his current residence. The judge finally stated after about 3 times, Michael Piccirilli, do you currently live in Ione, Washington? Michael Piccirilli's response was, yes, I do. Michael Piccirilli has quoted the MRSC numerous times in legal documents and in Ione Town Council meetings. If he knows the MRSC so very well, then he clearly knew exactly what he was doing and that he was committing fraud. Everything in his statement is a contradiction and shows a blatant inability to tell the truth. All I have.
Okay, so I guess the first procedural issue we have to address is whether or not Mr. Piccirilli is able to bring this action based on this motion to dismiss. So because they were the ones that filed it, I'll hear from them, give you an opportunity to respond, Mr. Piccirilli. So, Ms. Warren or Mr. Shipley, what would you like me to consider as far as, dismissal?
That he's not living in the town of Bayonne, therefore he cannot legally be, on the council or even bring like this forward. And we had all the evidence there of where he actually does live up in Medellin Falls at the Ponderay Apartments.
Okay,
And that where he claimed to live in Ione, there has not been anybody living in that residence at all.
okay. Mr. Shipley, anything that you'd like to add on that front?
Yes, sir. My understanding is that the sheriff gets an address in order to serve a person from their driver's license or something, and he's been served several times in Medellin Falls, not Ione.
Okay. And so, Mr. Piccirilli, what can you tell me about this situation here?
Okay, so I think there may be some misunderstanding. Under RCW 29A 56110, it's very, very clear who can bring a recall petition and who can't.
Correct.
So I am a legal voter in the state of Washington,
Yes,
currently
sir.
active, and also in the town of Bayonne. And so that's the only point that's actually pertinent to that argument there. Because they have no proof saying that I'm not a registered voter, which I am.
Okay.
They haven't submitted any facts at all. What has been submitted is all allegations. There's nothing to support any of it.
Well, but are you a resident of the city of Ione?
I am registered, yes, sir.
No, that's not the question. Are you a resident of the city of Ione?
Yes, I am.
And what verification or I guess there's nothing in the file that actually establishes that?
It's with the auditor's office for my voter's registration.
Okay, so what I guess evidence do we have? Because all the evidence I'll tell you points to the contrary conclusion that you're not a resident of the city of Ione.
What evidence is that, Your Honor? Because I don't see any evidence whatsoever.
In your petition, you provided a PO box for service in the town of Medellin Falls.
That is correct.
All of the service that's occurred in this case has occurred in a residential address in the city of Medellin Falls. And the information that has been provided in support of the motion to dismiss is that the property that you claim to live in Ione is a vacant building.
Again.
Michael Piccirilli was the petitioner at a court proceeding on January 25th, 2024, in which the judge asked Mr. Piccirilli numerous times about his current residence. The judge finally stated after about 3 times, "Michael Piccirilli, do you currently live in Ione, Washington?" Michael Piccirilli's response was, "Yes, I do."
Well, but are you a resident of the city of Ione?
I am registered, yes, sir.
No, that's not the question. Are you a resident of the city of Ione?
Yes, I am.